As a kid, I would wake up in the middle of the night to sneak out of bed, to watch Toonami or Adult Swim, or maybe to play some video games. I would turn the volume very low so not to alert my sleeping family members, with the only light coming from the TV. One day, I grabbed the remote and a white text with a black square background appeared on the TV. The TV was typing out what was being said on the TV. This was closed captioning, and this tool allowed me to follow along, at least for the most part, with what was happening without sound. Now, it wasn't perfect, but it definitely helped get the job done. For anime series that were dubbed like Yu Yu Hakusho, Inuyasha, Dragon Ball Z, I had that closed caption on. Fast forward to my teenage years and transition to using subtitles on some of my favorite video games. God of War, Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. I guess I ended up doing it out of habit, even though I still watch things with the subtitles off from time to time. Then I learned something interesting from Netflix about anime on their platform. I already knew anime, just like video games, was no longer niche. It's mainstream. According to Netflix, over 50% of global members are watching anime, and that genre is reaching more audiences around the world than ever before. In 2024 alone, anime was viewed over 1 billion times on Netflix, with viewership tripling over the past 5 years. In fact, they say 80 to 90% of their members watch dubbed anime. This unprecedented global access breaks down barriers, creates new fans around the world, and gives stories the long runway that they need to grow. And that's when it hit me. Dubbed over subbed? Is dubbed anime really winning? Personally, I end up being a sub guy, and to be clear, a subbed anime is a version of the show that keeps the original Japanese voice acting and provides subtitles in the viewer's preferred language. For me, English. So I'm typically reading the whole time. A dubbed anime means a version of the show or movie where the original Japanese dialogue is replaced with voice acting in another language. I laughed and I thought, it's probably because folks can't read while they're going with all that dubbed anime. Then I thought, can people read? Then I did a search and dang, at least in America, folks can't read, or at least read at a below grade level. Reading comprehension in 2025, where information is constantly at our fingertips, one might think that our ability to understand and process what we need will be stronger than ever, but in reality, it's quite different. Recent reports show that reading comprehension is a growing concern across the nation. According to the National Assessment of Educational Progress, in the 2024 report, only about 35% of 4th grade students and even fewer 8th grade and 12th graders perform at their current grade at a proficient level in reading. That's a staggering number, given that strong reading comprehension is the foundation for success in almost every field. Now here, stick around with me and don't forget to click the like, share, and subscribe button. Also click the notification bell. It means the world to me. Reading comprehension is more than just decoding words. It's the ability to understand, interpret, and analyze text. When students struggle with this, it affects everything they learn, from math word problems to history and even science. Now, the problem is not just limited to the classroom. As adults, poor reading comprehension can make it harder to understand work-related documents, news articles, or even instructions for everyday tasks. Don't get me started on critical thinking skills too. So what's going wrong? One major factor is the shift in educational priorities, with a growing focus on standardized testing and meeting certain benchmarks. Reading instruction has often become more about memorization than true comprehension. And it's not just the classroom environment at play. Our relationship with reading itself is changing. With the rise of digital media, there's a growing trend of skimming or even mindless reading, or some people say doom scrolling through endless social media posts or news headlines without stopping to truly understand what's being read. In the digital age, people are consuming more information than ever before, but it's often in a bite-sized, fragmented chunks. It's easy to get distracted, and when you're constantly bouncing between different topics, your ability to focus and observe longer, more complex materials can suffer. That's why we see so many people struggling with reading comprehension in more traditional formats like books or long-form articles. Now, building comprehension begins with engagement. We encourage students to ask questions, make predictions, and relate what they're reading to their own lives. It's about fostering a love for reading, not just checking off boxes on the test. And parents also play a critical role too. Engaging with children at home, reading together, discussing books can have a big impact on a child's ability to comprehend what they're reading. Now, the challenge ahead is clear: to rebuild reading comprehension skills at every level of education and throughout life. We know it's not an easy fix, but I believe with the right approach, we can help ensure that every reader can truly understand and make the most of what they read. Now, the choice between dubbed and subbed content also comes down to your personal preference, with some preferring the authenticity and cultural nuance of their original language, subbed, and others preferring the convenience and accessibility of having the dialogue in their native language, dubbed. But overall, what do you think? I just thought this information was wild, man. Maybe go read a book or something. I know I will. Now, this isn't goodbye, so like, comment, and subscribe. It's Internet Passport. Peace.